Listen, it is not just a good thing to be able to read between the lines. It is not an added advantage just to be able to read between the lines. It is a necessity. Hear what I'm saying, read my lips. It is a necessity to have a life, to achieve anything in life, to be able to read between the lines. Do you know how often people don't say what they actually mean and they dance around the subject? Men and women, but mostly women. Do you know how often they do that? How about every single day, multiple times in a day of their life, from the time they learn to speak until they die? So it is actually vital. It is like water in a soup. It is absolutely a necessary ingredient for your success in any endeavor. In any endeavor, that you have the ability to read between the lines. Know what people are really saying. This will help you so much in life. This will help you get ahead and cut corners and beat around the bush and get to where you want to go so much faster and better than anything else I can think of. You know, there are some ingredients in life, there are some things that you can substitute, you know, and still get by. You know, like, hey, you can have almond milk in your coffee, cappuccino, instead of real milk. You can still get by. It doesn't taste exactly like the same thing, but you can get by. But not being able to read between the lines, not having the ability to know what people are really saying. And you know, most people with average intelligence can do it. You know, I'm not going to lie to you. If you have more intelligence, it's going to be easier like anything else in life. But most people can do it. But it is not a luxury. It is not just an added advantage. It is a necessary ingredient in achieving any endeavor in life. You need to know it. You need to practice it. You need to be aware of it. And you need to constantly remind yourself that this is something that you need to know. It's not a you know, maybe an if, and if I do it, it's better. No, it's an absolutely necessary thing that you have to do. You must do it. You must learn how to do it. You must look for it, and you must constantly be aware of it and constantly remind yourself that this is something that you need to be aware of, because people rarely say what they really mean. An example is you know, you're in a relationship and everything is going good, and you know, and you know, she's throwing hints at you left and right and center, but you're not getting it. But one day when things go south, and God forbid you're breaking up, or you're in a divorce court, or you're in a mediation or whatever, then she will tell you outright what was before in the between the lines. You see what I'm saying? But if you know how to decipher what they're really saying when they tell you something, when they make a gesture, when they dance around the subject, when they beat around the bush, but they're really saying something else, then you save yourself all that misunderstanding, all that misleading, and all that false promises that you gave to yourself that were only in your imagination and not having anything to do with the reality in the situation that you would have faced later on. Face it now. Learn to look for, to understand, and to know what is being said between the lines. Whether it is written or it's being spoken, you must know what people are really saying. This especially applies to a romantic relationship, especially so, but also in other aspects of life. In every situation, people are looking for their own interest, and they're tailoring their words, they're omitting words, they're substituting words to hide what they really mean. And when you know to read between the lines, you're automatically red-pilled, if you like. And you know from the start what they're really saying. When someone says, I usually like men that are more, living in a nice neighborhood, and men that know what they want, and men that have their act together. It's not about money. I'm not talking about money. She is exactly talking about money. She is exactly talking about money. Understand what people are really saying. That is the whole definition of what these days people refer to as red pill. As I've always said before, the red pill is nothing new. It's been around since the cave days. It's knowing the true intention of people versus what they're saying and what they're showing and what they're portraying. So remember, the subject of the video today is, it is not an advantage, it is not a luxury, it is not a good thing. Hey, maybe if you know how to read between the lines, it's going to be better for... No. If you don't know how to read between the lines, you are planning to fail. You are counting on a heartache down the line, financial disaster, emotional heartache, all kinds of misunderstanding and misleading of you if you don't know how to read between the lines. If you do, then reverse all those things I just said to the positive. All the best.